Being numb and insensitive is a social trend in our society. Everyone tries so hard to appear like they don't care. We have came to actually associate being strong with being numb. It is absolutely amazing that we have convinced ourselves that we are stronger when we reject the moment. I think it reflects the power that we have over our own mind and the overall power of collective belief in its totality. These aspects are what supposedly constitutes a badass, or someone who doesn't care, according to society. If you ask me, being a badass has way more to do with standing strong in awareness of the moment rather than ignoring it and pretending it isn't happening. With the wave of badasses we have these days, it makes it very hard to find deep connection. Those who live up to this trend try their hardest to not be vulnerable. It is scary to them because being vulnerable is looked at as weak. But being weak is being weak. Being vulnerable is something we all are by default as human beings. We are sensitive to our environment, just like the environment is sensitive to us. The emotional manifestations that come with this way of thinking change when we shift our perspective from being a victim to a creator. This is how we're able to create our lives. Our life responds to the vibration we emit. As I have discussed many times in my blog, being numb and ignoring how we feel represses our emotions. This repressed energy needs to be released or transmuted. When we aren't consciously part of how we feel, we become victims of how we feel. We explode easily and unexpectedly. We get triggered by minor things because there are neural pathways that connect these things with the memories of our unresolved emotions. Then we wonder why we feel the way we feel. It is when we wish to understand, but we don't look within ourselves for answers. No way, that's too painful. So we look at the outside in search of someone to blame for how we feel. This does nothing for us besides get us stuck in the habit of being a victim. That doesn't sound badass to me. Not knowing how I feel and becoming an instant victim of anything that doesn't agree with my ego? Definitely not badass. I'll tell you how to truly be a badass. Being a badass is being gracefully connected with our experience. Being a badass is standing strong and taking responsibility for how we feel, not blaming it on other people. Being a badass is having our eyes wide open when it comes to how we are. Being a badass is consciously choosing what we wish to give our energy to and owning the choice. It is transcending the moment from mediocre ways of being, collapsing repetitive loops of habit, and creating an authentic experience. Learn how to be soft and strong all at once. This is the true meaning of badass, being a creator. Don't let society tell you otherwise. Unawareness makes you blind. It doesn't make you strong. This is where ignorance is bliss comes from. At some point, we thought being ignorant was better. Then we come back to the present moment and we take a closer look at our world. This way of thinking hasn't been working very well for us. You can tell in the way people are emotional zombies and are faster to compete than unite. This numbness is deeply embedded in our culture, and the one way to stay awake from this sleep is by practicing conscious willingness and courage to discover ourselves, to see beyond the ego and understand life for its true beauty, the beauty of being sensitive. Sensitivity is connection.